Dwayne Caraway, the other side with DC. You know, there's always two sides to every story. Sometimes there's a third side, and we're going to continue with this third side of domestic violence. So tune in, share it, subscribe, like it, and share it again, and like it again, and make sure you put it out there. Domestic violence, that's what we're talking about. You know, we had one show on about domestic violence, and what does a person do when they're faced with domestic violence? They got kids and don't have anywhere to go. Pastor Don Cheadle is with us, and we have another guest we're going to introduce in just a minute. But you see, she's here with her two little kids. And introduce yourself first.
Hello, my name is Amelia Felder.
Amelia Felder, Felder.
Yes, sir.
And where are you from?
South Dallas.
South Dallas. All right. So we're talking about South Dallas. Amelia, we're going to, what I want to do is hear from you what you have experienced with domestic violence. And you got two kids, and you're looking for somewhere to go. Pastor Dunn has always stepped in as pastor. You always do in helping Anna's house,
yes, sir.
and with Miss Eva, with the hotels and all of that. And we want to thank you and encourage other ministers and other people that to step up to the plate when we have certain situations that are called for that level of support. But now, tell us a little bit about some of the experiences that you've had here in Dallas, trying to find a place to really go with your kids.
I didn't experience being outside cold nights. I didn't experience getting turned down by many shelters and a couple of family members. Kids getting sick during to the cold, been in the ER room. Yeah, been a lot. Lost clothes, lost identity. Yeah, lost a lot of stuff.
So you got two kids. What do you introduce them?
This is Mariah.
Hi, Mariah.
She's 4.
Hi, Mariah.
This is Kyir. He's 8 months.
8 months. You never that telephone. You've been grabbing for these microphones there. So you know, well, what problems have you had? And speak up a little bit as we really hear.
I really have had finding a place to stay, really. I've been having problems trying to get my social security card and birth certificate back. So I've been having problems with that, but thanks to Miss Eva and them, I have been able to get that. I also have been having trouble with transportation sometimes. So I catch the train as I can. Sometimes bus riders let me get on free, so yeah.
And you didn't experience domestic violence, but you're just homeless.
Homeless, really.
Okay, I want to make sure I can clear that so folks to know that you're just homeless. Now, how'd you get to be homeless?
Okay,
Tell us, bring it on now.
Okay, so the
Scoot on up to
city.
that microphone. We can hear you. I want to hear
So the city.
How old are you first?
20. I'm
20 years old and homeless.
Yeah.
With
so,
2 kids.
2 kids.
An 8-month and a 4-year-old.
4-year-old.
Okay,
yes.
an active 4-year-old.
Real active.
Real active.
Yeah.
Hey, fella. Hey, fella. All right, let's deal with it.
Okay, so we was living in apartments in South Dallas, and the city came. City of Dallas.
City of Dallas.
They came with all the trucks, the vans. It was like that we have to leave. Because they were shutting apartments down. So they took most of us. They said we had to go to shelters. So my mom, they split me and my mom up. So she ended up going to the bridge with a couple of more people. Then they took me to Family Gateway. So as they took us to Family Gateway, I thought they was going to walk us in, make sure we get an intake and all that. They didn't do that. So they dropped us off and they left. So,
I'm not going to interrupt you too many times. I want to just kind of be clear. I want to clarify something. Now, you say you were in apartments.
Yes.
And the city of Dallas.
Correct.
Condemned the apartments.
Condemned, yes, sir.
And when they condemned the apartments, everybody that was living in the apartments had to move out.
Correct.
All right, so tell me that. What kind of notice did you have?
We didn't have any notices.
All right, so
they came and was like, we're shutting these apartments down. You either going to a shelter or you're not going to a shelter. which that mean you'll be on the street.
What apartments were you living?
They are on South Boulevard, 32 South Boulevard
What's the name of
Drive. They didn't have a name.
Didn't have a
They
name.
didn't have a name on it.
All right, but the apartments are in South Dallas,
Yes,
in District 7,
District
all
7.
right? As Adam Bazadua's district.
Yes.
But now, and so the city of Dallas, I'm just clarifying the story, so our viewers can understand exactly what we're dealing with here. They came and condemned the apartments and moved everybody out of the apartments.
Correct.
And you and your 2 kids were living in these apartments on South Boulevard.
Correct.
Am I clear?
Correct.
All right. So now,
Mama, can I
what-
stop?
yeah. What you say?
Look, he stopped.
Oh, his
So-
sock.
it's okay.
Hey, wait, she's looking at her little baby brother. He said,
Correct.
put his sock on.
We'll get
Okay.
it.
So now, tell me, when they came, what kind of notice did you have?
We didn't have any notice. They took our names, got our date of birth, and that was it. After that, they was like, get what you can, and we're going to take you to Family Gateway.
All right. So they told you, get what you can.
Mm-hmm.
They knocked on the door. Oh, what?
They was outside.
They were outside.
Yeah.
And
There
they
was
said-
police,
Police.
and vans and trucks. Yeah, it was
Okay.
a lot.
And then they told you to do what now?
They get what we can, like clothes wise, because we were going to Family Gateway. That was it.
Okay. And this was the city of Dallas.
Correct.
And then now let's go to Gateway. So you load up, you take what you got.
So-
Did you leave stuff that you needed?
I did. We left a lot.
All right, tell us what you left.
We left a lot of clothes. shoes and stuff. Furniture. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. So that was it. And her toys.
And the toys
So, yeah.
and all that. Christmas is coming, Thanksgiving's coming, and all of the toys that they had. Okay. So now, so they did not, I'm just being real clear, they did not give you any notice. Was this the first notice that you got when they said you're moving? Or who owns the apartments?
Some.
Right, little baby.
I don't even know. I can't
Yeah.
even lie to you. I wouldn't know that.
Okay. How long you been staying at the apartments?
What? The apartment's been up for a minute. But
What's
we
a
only
minute?
been there like, what, a year?
You,
2
so you're in these
years.
apartments for a year, past
2 years.
All right. So you're in this for a year.
Yeah.
All right, and now they show up, give you this notice, tell you to go. You're finna go. They put you in a van. They have you to grab your stuff. Where did they take you?
They took my mom and a couple of more people to the bridge, which is another shelter. So they split us up because, the kids couldn't go to the bridge. So they took them inside and got them, I guess, into intake. After that, they took us to Family Gateway and just helped us get our stuff out and walked us in and left.
All right, so they did walk you in
Yeah, and then left.
and left. Okay, but they
Yeah.
walked you. They took you to Family Gateway.
Mm-hmm.
They walked you in through the door, and then they left.
Left.
So they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't let you out on the corner.
No, there was no corner. They just let us out.
Okay, so now tell us about what happened.
We got there. The people that was in there was trying to figure out where we come from. I was like, they didn't call and tell you that we was coming or whatever. They was like, no. They was like, who is them? I was like, I just know it's the people from City of Dallas. I don't know their name. They didn't give us no card. So I couldn't call no one back or then tell them, hey, they need to know where we came from, this and that, which I was trying to explain to them that we came from South Dallas. They shut our apartments down, and they split everyone up and put us all in different shelters. So before she dropped us off, she asked, do we have ID or anything? I was like, no, I don't have it. Like, we clearly just left all that. Y'all was rushing us. We was trying to get ready and go. So I was trying to get in. She was like, if you don't have these documents, then you can't get in. So I was like, okay, so me and my kid have
What
to
documents?
Social Security card, birth certificate, ID. Yeah,
So now, do you have a Social Security card?
I'm getting another one mailed. So
But did you have a social security
no,
card?
I didn't have nothing at all.
I mean, no, do you have one prior to going to Gateway?
No.
Have you ever had a social security
Oh
card?
yeah, I have.
You had a social security.
Uh-huh.
You ever had your ID card?
No, I didn't.
You never had an ID card. Okay, so even when you went to the hospital having your babies,
I did have one then, and it got lost. So like,
okay, so you did have some ID, but it got
Yeah.
lost. But when you went to Gateway, you did not have it to show them.
no, I didn't.
So
at all.
what happened?
After that, she was like, "Do you have like proof of you getting like food stamps, anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I can pull it up on my phone. I don't have the awards letter with me." So she was like, "No, we need the letter." So I was like, "Can I call the food stamp people and they can email it to you?" She was like, "No, I need a paper." Which the man was on the phone. I was trying to tell him, trying to get in the shelter. He understand. He was trying to explain to them that yes, I see on my end she do get approved for food stamps, and you know, but the letter won't come until like 5 or 7 days. So they didn't want to talk to them. So she was like, well, just come back Monday. I was like,
They come back Monday.
Monday.
Okay.
Mine just
Did you have the babies with you?
Yeah, I did.
And they saw the babies,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew you did not have a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
They knew you. They said you needed the proper ID.
Correct.
Okay, and so what were you supposed to do?
I don't know. After that, I didn't even know. I was calling around to
So
different.
what did you do when they said you can't come in the gateway? What was your next move?
My next move was to go get on the bus and trying to find different shelters, see if we can get into some, which I couldn't get in.
What shelters did you try?
I tried Dallas Life.
What happened to Dallas Life?
I didn't have a social security card. I told her I was in the process of getting it mailed, and she was like, "Well, you still need it, or just come back when it's mailed." So I couldn't go there.
You trying to get a meal?
Mailed, like
Get it mailed.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was in the process of getting that. So after that happened, we was just going from different house to different house. Sometimes we'd be outside walking around, whatever.
Now this one wasn't walking.
No, it was me. I was not walking. I had a stroller and
Alright.
there's a lot of stuff. Yeah. So yeah. After that, that's when my mom did a lot of calling around. And that's how she found Miss Eva or whatever. So she told Miss Eva the story, and I called her and explained to her. And that's how we got in contact with Pastor, and they did help me a lot. I can't lie, they did help me a lot. So I do
Were
thank
you
them for that.
ever without a place at night to sleep?
I did. It was a couple nights. Sometimes we'd stay at my friend's house or whatever. Thank you. Or like a family member, but we couldn't like actually stay there because they had other people staying with them. So like it was too much. So yeah. I'm trying to cry.
So in pops Miss Eva and Anna's house, and finding some help, and then in pops super pastor,
Yeah.
Pastor Dunn. Pastor,
Well, as you've listened to Amelia's story, it's one that's quite familiar with Anna's house.
Okay.
Some are not that drastic, but we get a lot that are. And Eva gave me a call, as she always does, the second she has someone that needs help. And
right?
but as you know, with Eva, there's not one child or one family that she's going to turn away. So she
Thank
mentioned,
you.
she said, this young baby's been on the train sleeping at nighttime with her 2 children. And she said they don't have a place to stay. She said they've been on the train, they got evicted. And when she told me the story about how they just took the family and the mother and the daughter and split them up and sent one way and then dropped the other one off at Gateway, I was like, wow. And then I realized that this is probably happens more times than not that they just don't really have a system in place that could help these families that are in need. And sure enough, we went right into action, which is what we do. It's most of the time we want to get a little more information, but this was a 911 situation where
Right.
we found out she was on the street, so we just said let's get them into a place right away. And that night we made sure that they were in a home, and from that point on, everything that Anna House does to help families, it's just a system that we do where we make sure we take care of them, get them housing, get them places to stay, and still a process. We're still working with Amelia and her family, but she was able to, get her ID, get her information, even made sure that happened. So, as a pastor of Anna's House and a pastor of Faith Bible Church of North Dallas, we know what we're up against, because our ministry is not basically four walls. Our ministry is out in the city. It's out
Right.
in the field. So we know what we're up against. It's something that we do, and it's a calling. It's a ministry, but at the same time, it's real. Everything we deal with is real, and so we're glad we're able to step in and help. And it's just one of those calls we get probably 3-4 times a day that we just step in.
Well, now let me ask you this thing. Where's Daddy? Can't let him get off the hook now. Where's Daddy?
Working stuff. Working, got my brother and stuff. So, yeah.
So what kind of help is he giving? You got a son, both of them his?
I was talking about their dad.
Yeah, they daddy.
Hers incarcerated. He
Okay,
stayed
so
with his family.
Yeah,
So
incarcerated. And the other one is where? The
he
little
stayed
baby?
with his family. So,
He stayed with his family.
Yeah. So
What
that-
obligations does he have for the little 8-month-old? Is he stepping up to the plate at all, or what?
No, it's not.
What about child support?
I ain't even applied for it, cause I mean, it ain't. I don't know about that. I want to, but then I don't want to.
You know, tell me why you don't want to.
Cause I don't know how that's gonna help. Cause I mean, it's not gonna change if he gonna be there or not, or still do what he supposed to do as a father. So.
Well, but you have to. I see those crocodile tears. That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
because
I mean, that's good, but we got to talk about it.
Right.
So because we got 2 kids here,
Yeah.
and the father, one is unavailable. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so unavailable is that
Unavailable.
code word there.
Yeah.
But the little 8-month, he's somewhere staying with his mother. You say
No, his mother passed. He stayed with his granny.
he stays with a friend,
His grandmother.
his grandmother. Okay, so he has a roof over his head. What about a roof over his head for the baby? That's his child.
You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna say
Pastor
this.
Dunn is stepping up to the plate. Anna's house is stepping up to the plate.
Right.
But we need to hit a home run by
Man.
making the one responsible to step up to plate as well.
And I don't see that happening.
When you say you
'Cause-
don't see it happen,
Because I'm gonna see this new generation. Now I'm gonna say it this way. Okay, this new generation of boys now, we don't look right. Like I don't. They want to do them. They want to roam the streets. So I just let that be. Really.
so but I mean, what lesson does that
I
give you?
What lesson it give me? I don't know. I just raised being independent. So like I don't be like.
But you just can't run around and have somebody that ain't gonna help you
Right.
help your kids once they get here, and he's still
That's why I messed up.
he's
at.
not in the cold. It was cold last night. Okay.
Yeah.
And if not for Pastor Dunn and Anna's house with Miss Eva, then you wouldn't be in that hotel setting right now.
Right.
Okay?
Laughing.
So we have to, and this is a message that goes out to all the other young ladies. You're just 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not beating you up now. Don't get it wrong.
I
That's not
know,
a beat up.
I know,
It's
I
not
know.
a beat down. But this is a clear up.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we have to do is you have to make the choice of when you have those types of relations, and then from the relation you have your 8-month-old. Uh, you have to step up to the plate, okay? And you're stepping up to the plate because you're out here homeless, nowhere to stay. Okay, you got the baby, but now he's staying with his granny. I mean, have you tried to go over to the granny's house? What's happening with that?
They got a lot of people stay there, a whole lot. So it's just not only him. It's his brother stay there. His auntie and them stay there, uncle and him. So a lot of people stay in that house.
Okay, well, it sounds like to me that what we got to do is gonna be on you.
Yeah.
His behind need to be put on child support. How old is he?
Same age, we 20.
He's 20.
Yeah.
Okay, he got muscles and stuff.
We wouldn't say that. He ain't too old.
They pay 18, 20, they pay $18, $20 an hour working at McDonald's.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell them about a job. They don't want to do that. So.
But you can't. Well,
That's why it can't make nobody
you
do that.
cannot, in my personal opinion. Again, I'm not beating you up. You can't just hang the hat on what they can't do.
Right.
You got a responsibility right here. In fact, you got two. Okay, and you got to live for this one. When he eat, cause you told me he eats a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
does.
that's what you told. Did you hear me that?
He do.
See, you got all that energy you got. But what I'm suggesting to you, you got to live for this one. Can't live for itself.
Right.
Right? And you're doing a great job. I want you to know that. So
Thank
we're
you.
not hitting you down. We're gonna try to lift you up.
Right.
But you got to help us lift you up, so they can be lifted up. Okay? That's what you're just 20 years old.
Right.
You already had a child when you were 16. You know, that's that and over that. Okay? and so now you have this one. So you got two children. You're a mother. And I know you love both of them.
To death.
To death.
Really do.
But if you love them to death, you got to figure out who's going to go to work. Now,
Right.
Daddy must not work because he doesn't have a job. Oh, hell. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Pastor.
That's all right.
No,
gotta keep
I
it
was
real.
doing all the working, and we not together. You know they said.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's running around free, clear, and not working. And this baby is hungry.
Right.
And the baby got to have something to eat. And not just have something to eat. The baby got to have somewhere to stay. Winter is coming.
That's right.
It's finna be cold. The weather's gonna change. What's gonna happen? What do you think? Because Pastor Don and them, and he was Anna's house. They this kind of is not a permanent fix. It's a fix to get you to a level where you can strive and do things yourself. Okay, so you can't live on that forever. This is you got to figure out what you're gonna do, and somebody's gonna have to go to work. Now, are you able to go to work? Okay, where the baby's gonna stay? Who's gonna keep the babies?
We just applied for daycare, so
Well, you just-
they'll be going to daycare.
Well, they'll be going to daycare, but here's the deal. If the daddy is not, and I'm talking about all daddies is like this, okay? Not just yours, there's some others out there. If he's not gonna go to work, then he needs to babysit.
That's
It
it.
don't cost him no money to babysit his child, does it?
Not at all.
But you got to be strong enough to make sure that he is responsible and held accountable for the other half that you all made together. So don't have no excuses. Don't come with me with no excuse about he ain't working. It ain't just a
It's
new
not an
generation.
excuse.
It's
It's
all
just
this.
I done went through it so many times, so it's to the point. I
You
don't.
can't accept that.
Yeah.
Okay? You are a lady and a mother.
Right.
And you are the mother of these kids. I'm talking to you like a daddy, all right? I want you to
Right.
understand that, all right?
Right.
You don't bring no little young whippersnatcher around that's not gonna take care of his responsibilities, okay? And that's what you gotta get tough with, all right? You get tough.
Right.
And you go walk yourself down to that courthouse and you file for child support and you make him go to work. Now to see what size shoe this baby wearing this year,
Better
in
three.
7 more months, he's gonna be wearing another size. And you gotta have some more shoes. This baby's foot is gonna continue to grow. Okay? And then you're going to have another shoe, another shoe, and another shoe, and another shoe. Another size. Right? You're going to grow out of them
Right.
clothes. What you going to do, mama?
Gotta go. Yeah, gotta do what I gotta do.
What you got to do
It's
is
put on
put that jive turkey to work.
Where
Pastor, what we
stop.
going to do about this? What do you think? I don't want this to be the one dominating this. I mean, what?
I think it's a good conversation, and as Amelia is listening, the reality of the conversation has to hit home. And again, it's not to say to beat you up. You're doing a great job with your children, and that there is that's good. So moving forward, when you think about the next 14 years, the next 17 years, as a mother, the love of a mother, I know that's a special love. And you're going to do what you can for your children. However, it takes two.
Right.
It takes two to have a baby, right? So one of the things that we like to suggest is getting together with a good support group. Okay, we have a women's ministry, and at the church, we like to see the children grow up in church. Okay, so that's a way of helping. Your mother, I talked to your mother. She's a loving mom. So you have a good support group, but that does not eliminate responsibilities. Okay, that's a fact. If somebody's responsible, then it is your job to say to the father, I want you to be a part of your son's life. It's your job to say he needs his father. And I'm sure the father may have some things that are going on right now, but do you believe that he would help and step up at some point in time?
Some point.
Okay,
Time.
so you just
Some
have to,
point
you have
time,
to,
we
you have to
will.
make it known. And guess what? The one way that you can make it known is through the court system. That is something that stands for a long time. So I think it's a situation that she has been a child of her own, and you have some choices. Tough choices are hard to make. So again, Anna's house, we're here for you. We're going to make sure that we can get you on the right path, but it's your choice, right? And are you ready to do that?
I am.
I believe you are. It's going to be tough. It's going to be even twice that much of a challenge with 2 children. Okay, but you have to keep the faith. You have to know that down on the inside, everything that's on the inside is good. And you're going to give that to your children. So, we continue to pray for them, because it's a way that most of our young children are looking at life without another parent.
Right.
And it's hard enough with 2 parents, but then you don't have that but one parent there. It's hard. So we want to make sure that whatever we can put in front of you, okay, that it's good and you can take advantage of it, but it's your choice. And we pray for them all the time. We know that it's a situation. I had a young lady years ago that was in my youth ministry, and she found herself in trouble and was in the system, and she told them that she was going to have the abortion.
Okay.
And so the night before she was to have the abortion, she started crying, and she said, God told me not to give up my child. And she didn't. And today she has a beautiful family.
Isn't that wonderful?
She has a loving husband. So what looked like it was going bad ended up being a situation where it turned in her favor. So things will turn. God is always on your side. You don't have to ever worry about that. and he's going to keep his word, but you have to do your part.
Yeah, you gotta do
You
your
gotta
part
do your
now.
part. So
I want you to come back on the other side with DC, but you know what I want? I want you to bring the other side with you.
yes,
I want you to bring the other side. I want you to sit right here with his daddy. All right? And you give us his number, and we'll give me his number. I'll call him right now. Tell him we on the show right this minute. What's his telephone number? I'll call
So
him.
he don't even have a telephone number. He can do social media. He don't have.
He's
a
social
phone.
media.
Yes.
All right, well, we got a social media team. We're going to look him up. But you got to give us the information. Because I want him sitting in here so he can understand that, you know, he has a responsibility and what is he planning to do. You got to get prepared
that's right.
because life is moving on. And the baby, I'm using this baby as an example, this baby is growing up.
That's right.
And right now he's growing up fatherless. He got a loving mother, but he's growing up fatherless. Okay? He has to have that fatherly love. And so we got to figure out, we're going to help you,
Yeah.
but you got to help us.
Right.
Because we just
Right,
can't
right,
keep
right.
on just doing it and you ain't going to come up in here and do your part.
That's right.
I want you to get his butt up off in here. Or get a number. Tell him to get by his grandmama's phone. And whatever. No, I'm serious.
He's got
He
good.
he got a way to
good
talk on
inside of him.
telephone.
Yes.
So you're not just talking to him through social media. You talking to him. When last time you talked to him? He heard his voice.
The other day.
The other day.
Yeah.
So however you heard his voice the other day, we need to be hearing his voice every day.
Every day. Okay.
Okay?
I got
How did you talk to you? Whose phone was he on?
I don't know. You know, you do the Instagram call. It's like that. So I
Do
don't
we
know.
have Instagram call? Can we Instagram him? I'm ready to do whatever we can do. But we gotta resolve this, and you gotta help us. These babies can't be out here in the cold. We're not gonna have it.
That's right.
Because here's the deal. If you don't get it done, guess what's gonna happen next? CPS is gonna come.
Right.
Then they're gonna take your children away from you.
Right.
Okay? Because they're going to look at what's best for the child at the very
That's
moment,
right.
at that time. Okay? And I know you love them to death. That's what you just said. I love my kids to death, right? Well, you want them to be with you.
Right.
You don't want them to have to experience CPS and those people. You with me? But if you're not able to take care of them, in which you're doing a great job, so we're not beating you up. We're just trying to give you some forewarnings so you can know you got a responsibility that you got to take care of.
Right.
They will come in and take your children, and you won't be able to visit with them, see them, or none of that under their guidelines. So live for them. Live for them. God got you. He got you hooked up with the pastor. You hooked up with the church. I want to see you at the church. Okay? That's you need to go to Pastor Don's church this coming Sunday. Okay? This coming Sunday. You figure out how to get there. Pastor them will get you there. And you get into yourself in church and bring them babies with you to church. All right? And you go every Sunday. And go just how you are.
That's right.
Okay? And the church will wrap their arms around you. But you got to know that the man upstairs, he got you. Look where you are today. You sitting here with me on the other side with
The other
DC,
side. Yeah.
with your babies in your arms. Thanks to Pastor and Anna's house. So, you know, we want to see you make it. All right? Not beating you up, but I'm being straight with you.
She has a
Right.
beautiful smile too, so
Right.
Yeah.
she's
And
receiving that.
you're very pretty.
Thank you.
Pastor, thank you.
Yes, sir.
For
Thank you.
being so involved.
Appreciate
And I
it.
encourage other folks, other leaders, other pastors, other men, other people, families,
Yeah.
organizations. These type cases are every day. These type cases are every day. And you are to be commended. And Anna's house and Eva, I know y'all get it all the time, because Eva calls me all the time with it, and I understand it. She called me. That's why we're sitting here, okay? Trying to get help for you. You help us help you, Okay. Got a deal?
Deal.
Pinky. Come on. Pinky, pinky.
Pinky, pinky.
All right. Okay. This is the other side with DC. Y'all like, subscribe, and make sure you share it. We talked about homelessness on this segment, and we want to get everybody out straight. It's getting ready to be cold out here. We want to do everything that we can. All right, we'll see you. Peace out. Now.
When I look at you, it's